What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Did you miss me? Because I missed y'all. Like, no, seriously, I really did. Stuff started getting a little bit too much. I just kind of had to take a little mental break for, me to kind of get back to me. But here I am, and I'm going to try to not leave you all that long ever again. Okay, so before we get too deep into this video, go ahead and make sure you hit the subscribe button right down below if you haven't already done so. I would greatly appreciate it. Now let's go. You guys still have been contacting me and reaching out to me, which I do greatly appreciate. Okay, so this video itself is going to be about people not necessarily wanting to speak with undergraduates at their campus to find out information about events and things like that going on. That's completely understandable. I was kind of one of those people that was like a little hesitant about speaking to the the people that are already chapter members in the chapter that I'm looking to join. I kind of didn't want it to seem like I wasn't genuinely trying to form a friendship, and there's kind of a thin line with that because you really don't know how people are going to be receptive of you and what you have to say as an interest, because kind of a lot of times people just put them in a box. I will say that I have a bad habit of doing stuff like that. Like if someone comes up to me and like their first thing that they're trying to do is express interest to me and the organization that I'm in, I'm like, dang, so it kind of seems like you're really not interested in me as a person. So in that regards, it kind of just makes me kind of not necessarily shelter myself off, but I'm kind of a little hesitant as far as like really getting to know this person, because it's kind of like, are they here for a season? Are they just here for their own particular reason? Or do they genuinely want to get to know you? And like, will this friendship last past whenever they get their situation, handled, or will it kind of just fall off on the, deep end or something like that? So I can completely understand about being hesitant with reaching out to the undergrads. However, in a lot of instances, they will be the ones who have the information for you. So if you're going to an event that they're having, let's just say it's maybe like a health type of event, and you're kind of just wanting to get some general information regarding the situation, or kind of to not necessarily say, okay, I'm interested in XYZ organization, but kind of just get a feel for them and to kind of just show the fact that I'm here for a reason, not just to be here. I'm here because I actually am interested in this organization. Sometimes it's best to try to find that one member, if there is one, that you feel most comfortable with speaking with. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean like you have to go and try to get too deep into their personal lives. Like, okay, do you have kids? How many siblings do you have? When did you move here? Why are you here? Why did you pick this? Like, you don't really have to go into details like that, but try to find a common ground with that person. And it makes it a little easier. So if, let's say, you're in another organization with somebody, as far as on campus goes, try to find that common ground so you can kind of get to know them on that level. And then after that, it'll be a little easier for you to be like, okay, well, we got that under control. Once you feel comfortable talking to them, it's like, okay, well, now since we're on, we cool or whatever, try to work it in a little bit, and it sounds a lot more intimidating than it is. For some reason, people in the Divine Nine organizations have a reputation of, kind of being stuck up and kind of thinking, I guess, or portraying that they feel as if they're better than people. I've heard that a lot, but not everyone is like that. And also, approach is very important. Making sure that, again, you're not just trying to, or not trying to, because I know in most instances it's not just I'm trying to do this type of thing. It's just kind of being aware of what you're saying and just knowing the person that you're speaking with, or at least kind of just knowing how you're wanting the conversation to go. So just making sure that you're aware of what you're saying, and know your audience. I think those are the two most important things that I can say about that. Even though you may not want to speak with someone on an undergraduate level as far as like general interest goes, to begin with, I mean, if you're not speaking to the undergraduate person, you're gonna have to talk to the graduate advisor. I recommend doing both. When I started to show interest, I did not speak to a graduate advisor at the time. So what I did was I went and I spoke to some of the undergrads. There was a student involvement fair, and I spoke to them there. And then I was also a member of my school's ambassadors. So I have been a member of the ambassadors for about a semester or so. One of my good friends, she was friends with another girl that was a member of the ambassadors who was also an AKA at the time. And so I can remember I went to this event that they had, and it was like a Sex in the City type of event. And basically, like, I really didn't ask questions at that time, but I was like, you know, I'm here. So it was kind of just me kind of getting my feet in by using other resources that I had. And then I also ended up working with someone who would ultimately end up becoming my line sister, my tail. She had, you know, ties, and she was cool with people that were, that also ended up crossing with me, as well as some, I guess, some of our pro fights. So it was like, I was just kind of really cautious with, first off, who I expressed interest to, and then I also kind of tried to not only use my resources but allow my resources to use their resources, so that it was a little easier for me. Like, when I found out most of my information, it actually came from the girl who ended up becoming my tail. She was the one who found the flyer. Like, it was just very scratch my back, I scratch your back. Like, we kind of really helped each other in that aspect. So definitely recommend, if you're hesitant to speak with someone on the campus, so if you're hesitant towards reaching out to somebody on the campus, see if you can overcome those hesitations, or, you know, contact a graduate advisor who is an adult, who will be a little better or nicer with their answers, maybe. And if you're not comfortable, see about going to events and seeing if there's someone who is a little more comfortable. See if they can, you know, pass information on to you. You know, you just have to take advantage of your resources. Everyone's gonna have their own story. It's just, how bad do you want it? If you really want it, you'll find a way to find out the information. I promise you, it'll start trickling together. Like, so many people have crossed, like, it's possible. If you did not know, I do not have any family members in the area that are members of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. I have one family member that I can think of, and she lives in Louisiana, and she crossed a while before I crossed. So it was like, there was really no, like, I'm gonna put her on type of things. Like, most of the stuff I had to figure out on my own. So you can definitely figure it out. Use your resources, and it'll all come together, I promise. So I hope that helps. If you have any further questions, go ahead and let me know down below. Also, go ahead and subscribe if you have not already done that. I would greatly appreciate it. I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.